Ladies and gentlemen, history is not just written in ink, it's carved in fire. And today, that fire burns across two continents. A tectonic shift is shaking the global stage, and two democratic giants are standing shoulder to shoulder. The United States and India have just redrawn the map of global power, not with war, but with wisdom. And as the ink dries on this groundbreaking trade framework, one truth becomes crystal clear. The future doesn't wait for the confused. It marches with the bold. This partnership isn't born out of convenience. It's born out of conviction. For far too long, India and the United States walked parallel paths. We admired each other's journeys, respected each other's strength, and at times, even hesitated to fully embrace what was always inevitable, a powerful union of the world's largest democracy and the most influential one. But today, hesitation is history. Today, we stand not as cautious observers of one another, but as bold partners reshaping the global narrative. This moment is the culmination of decades of perseverance, cultural exchange, mutual struggle, and shared dreams. The bond between India and America is not a coincidence. Its destiny shaped by centuries of struggle for freedom and self-determination. One threw off colonial chains through nonviolent resistance. The other was born through revolution against tyranny. Both nations rose from the fire of resistance and the longing for justice. That fire never went out. It evolved. It became innovation, democracy, resilience, and grit. And now, it fuels an alliance that is not just strategic, but soul deep. Look at the people. Look at the stories that bind us. A child in New Delhi, learning Python in school, has the same hunger as a teenager in Texas, building his first app. A family business in Ahmedabad dreams just as big as a startup in San Francisco. An Indian soldier standing guard on the Himalayan frontier holds the same unwavering commitment to duty as an American Marine protecting his post overseas. This is more than diplomacy. This is identity. This is the echo of shared values that have outlasted empires, wars, recessions, and political divides. In every meaningful way, the Indian-American relationship has matured from friendship to brotherhood. We speak the language of liberty. We dream in the code of progress. From the open skies of Montana to the crowded streets of Mumbai, people are realizing that our strength isn't in our differences. It's in our alignment. Freedom is our common ground. Resilience is our shared rhythm. And unity is our next revolution. This trade framework is not some corporate arrangement locked away in boardrooms. It's a living, breathing blueprint for the next chapter of human advancement. It's built on the backs of people who believe that collaboration beats confrontation, that innovation defeats stagnation, and that vision always trumps fear. It means American farmers will see their goods cross oceans into Indian homes. Indian engineers will write the code that powers American infrastructure. AI, green energy, quantum computing, and clean tech. These are not just buzzwords anymore. These are the battlegrounds of tomorrow's economy. And we're not just showing up, we're owning the arena. It's about rebalancing a world that has been too dependent on one-sided relationships. It's about building a supply chain that doesn't buckle under pressure. It's about creating jobs, real, high-paying jobs, on both sides of the Pacific. This is about manufacturing that actually matters, diplomacy that delivers, and trade that transforms. But perhaps most importantly, this is about spirit. The spirit of two nations that refuse to be broken by history. The spirit of two peoples who, when told to wait their turn, built their own tables. The spirit of mothers and fathers, immigrants and pioneers, engineers and artists, all of whom believed in something bigger than borders and bureaucracy. We are not just signing papers, we are signing a pact with the future. And we are doing it with our heads held high, our hearts open, and our ambitions sky high. This is not a transaction, this is a torch being passed. From the uncertainty of the past, to the clarity of what comes next. To those who still underestimate what this means, you're missing the point. This is not about India joining a global conversation. India is the conversation. This is not about America helping a partner rise. It's about America recognizing the rise that's already here. Together, these two nations don't compete against the world, they elevate it. So yes, this partnership is powerful, it's emotional, it's long overdue, and it's here to stay. Because when two civilizations, each with a billion dreams, come together, the world doesn't just change, it transforms. This trade framework is not a simple agreement inked on paper. It is a thunderclap echoing across global markets, economies, and political landscapes. It's a seismic shift that signals a new era of cooperation, power, and influence between two of the world's most dynamic forces, India and the United States. We're talking about potential that stretches beyond numbers and charts. This is the unleashing of trillions of dollars in economic activity, the creation of millions of jobs, and the establishment of a blueprint for future prosperity and innovation that will ripple through generations. Consider the scale of what's happening. This isn't just about lowering tariffs or easing regulations. This is a redefinition of global trade norms. It's the weaving together of two colossal economies, each with its unique strengths, into a fabric so strong that no external pressure can tear it apart. America brings cutting-edge technology, unparalleled capital markets, and a culture of entrepreneurship that fuels innovation. India brings a youthful workforce, a booming tech sector, and an appetite for growth that has consistently defied expectations. Combine these, and you get not just synergy, you get a superpower on steroids. This framework will turbocharge industries that define the 21st century: technology, clean energy, manufacturing, artificial intelligence, and defense. It's a plan that accelerates the adoption of green technologies to combat climate change, harnesses AI to revolutionize healthcare and agriculture, and expands defense cooperation to secure peace in a volatile. The potential for bilateral investment alone is staggering. Think about startups in Bangalore securing funding from Silicon Valley, or American manufacturers opening new plants in Gujarat. This isn't theory, it's happening right now, and it will only grow. But it's not just about economics, it's about power. Economic power translates into political influence, strategic leverage, and the ability to shape the rules of the global game. When India and the U.S. align their trade interests so closely, they are sending a clear message to the world: the old order is shifting. The age of unilateral dominance is fading, replaced by a coalition of democracies that prioritize fair trade, innovation, and resilience over coercion and control. This framework strengthens both nations' ability to withstand global shocks, from supply chain disruptions to geopolitical crises. For workers and entrepreneurs on both sides, this framework offers opportunity on a scale rarely seen before. American farmers and manufacturers will find new markets hungry for their goods. Indian engineers, designers, and innovators will have access to resources and networks that can propel their ideas from local projects to global phenomena. This is about creating a new ecosystem where talent, capital, and ideas flow freely, building wealth and innovation that lift entire communities. What makes this agreement truly revolutionary is its timing. The global economy faces unprecedented challenges: rising protectionism, fractured alliances, and a pandemic-induced recession. Against this backdrop, India and the United States have chosen not to retreat into isolationism or outdated rivalries, but to double down on collaboration. This framework is a testament to vision and courage. It is a bold statement that cooperation, not conflict, is the path forward. And it is a reminder that economic strength is not zero-sum, it grows exponentially when shared. This partnership will also spur technological advancements that affect every aspect of life, from smart cities transforming urban living in India to breakthroughs in medical technology emerging from American research labs. The ripple effects will be felt worldwide. Collaboration in clean energy will accelerate the fight against climate change, positioning these two democracies as leaders in sustainability. These are not small steps, they are giant leaps toward a future where prosperity and responsibility go hand in hand. Moreover, this trade framework strengthens supply chain resilience, a lesson painfully learned during the pandemic. By deepening economic ties, the U.S. and India reduce their dependence on unstable or hostile sources, ensuring that critical goods, from pharmaceuticals to electronics, remain accessible and affordable. This security of supply is not just an economic advantage, it's a strategic imperative that enhances national security and global stability. Critics may say this is just another trade deal, but they miss the bigger picture. This is an alliance of values and vision, a statement that the democracies of the world can lead the economy with strength, fairness, and innovation. This framework tells the story of a future where technology uplifts the many, not the few, where economic growth is inclusive, not exclusive, where partnerships are built on trust and shared goals, not suspicion and rivalry. As this trade framework takes shape, it will inspire other nations and regions to rethink their own alliances and economic strategies. It is a beacon showing the way forward, an example of how two great democracies can partner not just to protect their interests, but to expand what is possible for all humanity. In the end, this agreement is more than policy. It is a promise that India and the United States will not settle for yesterday's achievements, but will strive together to build a future defined by prosperity, innovation, and leadership. It is a commitment to economic thunder that will shake the foundations of the old world and build a new global order rooted in collaboration, strength, and mutual respect. This is not just a deal. It's a revolution in how trade, technology, and diplomacy intersect. A revolution with India and the U.S. at the helm. And the world will never be the same. While the world watches the historic partnership between India and the United States rise to new heights, one neighboring country finds itself engulfed in uncertainty and confusion. Pakistan, once considered a key player in South Asia's geopolitical chessboard, Pakistan now stands in the fog of irrelevance, struggling to make sense of a rapidly shifting landscape it no longer controls. This is a moment of reckoning, a turning point that exposes the limitations of outdated alliances and highlights the cost of isolation in a world that moves at the speed of bold decisions and strategic partnerships. For decades, Pakistan positioned itself as a regional influencer, relying heavily on geopolitical games and alliances to maintain its standing. Yet, in the face of the India-U.S. trade framework, those old tactics fall flat. As India and America cement their bond through economic, technological, and strategic cooperation, Pakistan finds itself left behind, unable to join the conversation shaping the future of South Asia and beyond. The haze enveloping Pakistan isn't just confusion, it's a symbol of missed opportunities and the consequences of stagnation. Pakistan's dilemma is rooted in more than just the immediate fallout from this trade framework. It stems from a history of being caught between powers, often reacting rather than leading. While India and the U.S. chart their course toward mutual prosperity and global influence, Pakistan continues to grapple with internal instability, economic challenges, and diplomatic isolation. This partnership shines a spotlight on how far Pakistan has fallen behind in the race for relevance and power. Its inability to secure a meaningful role in this new era is a direct reflection of choices made long ago and a failure to adapt to the changing tides of global politics. The emotional weight of this moment is heavy. For those in Pakistan who once dreamed of regional dominance, the reality now stings deeply. Watching the Indo-American alliance flourish is like seeing a train speed past at full throttle while they remain stranded on a fading track. This isn't just about economics or politics, it's about pride, identity, and the harsh truth that influence cannot be claimed. It must be earned and sustained through vision, resilience, and the courage to evolve. This haze also represents a warning to any nation relying on outdated strategies. In today's interconnected world, isolation is not an option. The world rewards those who build bridges and forge alliances based on shared values and forward-thinking goals. India and the United States exemplify this through their unwavering commitment to democracy, innovation, and mutual growth. Pakistan's current state serves as a stark contrast, a nation caught in the fog of uncertainty, watching history unfold without a hand in shaping it. Yet, this moment is not just about loss, it's about possibility. For Pakistan to emerge from this haze, it must confront its realities head-on, break free from cycles of stagnation, and seek genuine partnerships grounded in respect and shared ambition. The world is changing rapidly, and no country can afford to stand still. The Indo-American trade framework is a blueprint for progress, a call for nations to rise or risk fading into obscurity. The consequences of being left out are more than economic, they are strategic and geopolitical. Without a seat at the table, Pakistan's influence diminishes, its voice grows quieter, and its ability to shape regional stability weakens. This creates a vacuum that can lead to instability, mistrust, and missed opportunities for peace and cooperation. The haze Pakistan finds itself in is a reminder that power today belongs to those who build, not those who wait or resist. But the story isn't over. History has shown that nations can rise from the ashes of neglect and isolation when they embrace change with boldness and clarity. Pakistan's future depends on its ability to recognize this moment as a turning point, to choose partnership over division, progress over inertia, and engagement over isolation. The haze may be thick now, but with determination and vision, it can lift. As the Indo-American alliance strengthens and charts a new course for the world, Pakistan's dilemma should serve as a lesson to all. Relevance is earned through action, not expectation. Influence is built through collaboration, not confrontation. And history favors those who dare to step out of the fog and into the light. In the end, Pakistan's position in the haze is a mirror, reflecting the shifting realities of a new global order, one where power is redefined by vision, values, and the ability to adapt. The world is watching, and the question remains, will Pakistan rise to meet the challenge, or remain lost in the fog of yesterday's politics? The answer will shape not only Pakistan's destiny, but the future of an entire region. To the people of India and America, this moment is more than a headline. It is a movement, a call to action that resonates deep within the hearts of millions. It is a defining chapter in our shared story, a reminder that history favors the bold, the determined, and those who refuse to settle for anything less than greatness. This is not just about governments signing deals behind closed doors. This is about every entrepreneur, every worker, every dreamer who believes that their future can be bigger, brighter, and unstoppable. For too long, the world has been divided by uncertainty and fear, where nations hesitate, wait for others to make the first move, or get lost in petty rivalries. But now, the union of India and the United States is a beacon of hope and proof that when two great democracies unite with purpose and passion, they can create a force that transcends borders, ideologies, and skepticism. This is the moment for all of us to rise together, not as isolated individuals or separate nations, but as a collective powerhouse fueled by shared values and unstoppable ambition. Every person listening, every citizen of these two great countries is a crucial part of this story. To the entrepreneur in Mumbai, crafting the next groundbreaking app, to the farmer in Iowa, who wakes up before dawn to feed a nation, to the student in Bangalore, burning the midnight oil with dreams of innovation, and the engineer in Silicon Valley, who turns ideas into reality. This moment belongs to you. This is your momentum. This is your time to build, to create, to lead. The strength of this partnership is not just in policy or economics. It lies in the people. It's in the millions of hands and minds ready to transform vision into action. Together, these two nations boast the largest young workforce in the world, a melting pot of talent, creativity, and relentless energy. This is a force that can outpace any challenge, break through any barrier, and redefine what's possible. The spirit of innovation runs through our veins, and it's time to unleash it with full force. This is also a moment for pride in what our nations have endured and achieved. India, with its incredible journey from colonial subjugation to global tech powerhouse, embodies resilience and relentless determination. America, with its pioneering spirit and commitment to freedom and innovation, stands as a testament to what a nation can accomplish when it dreams big. Together, we are not just rewriting the rules of trade or diplomacy. We are scripting a new narrative of power, progress, and possibility. But with great power comes great responsibility. This moment demands not complacency, but courage. It calls for every citizen to step up, to break free from the confines of fear or doubt, and to boldly embrace the future. It means investing in education, championing innovation, supporting small businesses, and building bridges across communities. It means understanding that our destinies are intertwined, that the success of one fuels the success of the other. This is not about rivalry, it's about partnership. As this partnership grows stronger, so does our ability to influence the world, not through force or domination, but through the power of example. When India and the United States lead together, they show that democracy, innovation, and mutual respect can triumph in a complex and often divided world. This is a message of hope for millions beyond our borders who seek freedom, opportunity, and a better tomorrow. So to every citizen of these great nations, don't wait for permission or approval from others. This is your moment to rise. This is your call to action. Harness the energy of this historic alliance and make it your own. Build startups that disrupt industries, develop technologies that change lives, educate the next generation to think bigger and bolder, and foster community that thrive on collaboration and inclusivity. Remember, history remembers those who act, not those who watch from the sideline. The legacy we build today will be the foundation for generations to come. The alliance between India and America is not just a chapter in textbooks, it's a living, breathing movement driven by millions of individuals who dream, and together we will redefine the future, unapologetically, confidently, and powerfully. This is our moment. Let's seize it together. As this powerful alliance between India and the United States unfolds, it signals more than just a shift in trade or diplomacy. It marks the dawn of a new era, an era where boldness and vision redefine the boundaries of possibility. The journey ahead is not without challenges, but it is precisely through facing those challenges that greatness is forged. Together, these two nations stand at the crossroads of history, ready to carve out a legacy that will inspire generations to come.
This partnership embodies the spirit of two great democracies, rising not just for themselves, but for the world. It is a testament to the power of shared values, freedom, innovation, resilience, and the unyielding belief that through collaboration, we can overcome any obstacle. In a world too often divided by fear and mistrust, the India-U.S. alliance shines as a beacon of hope, a model of what can be achieved when people choose unity over division. But let us be clear, this is not the time for complacency. The foundations have been laid, but the real work begins now. Every citizen in both countries holds a stake in this future, whether you are a student dreaming of breakthrough technologies, an entrepreneur building the next big company, a worker whose labor powers industries, or a leader shaping communities. This framework is the wind in your sails, the catalyst for ideas that will change the course of history. The world is watching closely. Rival powers and skeptical onlookers may try to diminish this moment or sow doubt, but they underestimate the strength of democracies united by a common purpose. The path ahead will demand relentless effort, unwavering dedication, and an unshakable confidence that no matter how tough the journey, the prize is worth every sacrifice. For India, this partnership affirms its rightful place on the global stage, not as a follower, but as a leader, a nation whose ingenuity and spirit are shaping the future. For the United States, it is a renewal of commitment to the values that built the nation: innovation, opportunity, and global leadership grounded in partnership, not dominance. Together, they are setting the bar higher, showing the world that power can be wielded with wisdom, vision, and respect. The ripple effects of this alliance will be felt far beyond borders, from the green energy fields in India to the tech hubs of Silicon Valley, from manufacturing plants in the American Midwest to startups blossoming in Bengaluru. This partnership will unlock opportunities that create wealth, jobs, and hope. It is a promise that progress will not be confined to capitals or boardrooms, but will reach every corner where dreams take root. And as the economic ties deepen, so too will the bonds between people. Cultural exchanges, academic collaborations, and mutual understanding will grow stronger, knitting the two societies closer with each passing day. This is not just about markets and trade, it is about the human connections that build lasting peace and prosperity. Yet, this alliance also carries a warning to those who choose isolation or division. The world is moving fast, and those unwilling to adapt risk being left behind, lost in the haze of irrelevance. The India-U.S. framework is a call to action for all nations: build bridges, embrace change, and invest in the future, or be forgotten in the shadows of progress. As we stand at this historic juncture, the message is clear: greatness is not given, it is earned. It demands courage, vision, and the willingness to act decisively. The India-U.S. trade framework is a blueprint for greatness, a rallying cry for all who believe that the future belongs to the bold and the brave. So to every individual listening, know this: you are part of something bigger than yourself. This is your moment to contribute, to innovate, to lead. The legacy we build together will define the course of history. And as the world watches, let us rise with pride, confidence, and an unwavering spirit that says, this is our time, and we will not be denied. The stage is set, the torch is passed, and the future beckons. India and the United States are not just partners, they are architects of a new world order, one built on hope, strength, and the unbreakable power of unity. The question is no longer if this alliance will succeed, but how far it will go, and the answer lies in the hand of every dreamer, every builder, and every believer who dares to seize the moment. Together, we march forward, unapologetic, unstoppable, and ready to shape a future that generations will celebrate. This is our story, this is our legacy, and it begins now.